Hey there guys, it's Tina and I'm back. Do you love my shirt? Oh my god, I'm wearing only underwear right now, but I can show you the shirt. This is from Zara. I will leave it linked below. The sleeves are really poofy. They're like a bell sleeve, but they're long sleeve. You can pull them all the way down so it can be loose like that. But pulling them up gives you this little poofy sleeve look. I really like that actually. And the earrings are also from Zara. So I will leave these linked below in case you're interested. Not all the jewelry or clothing that I wear is necessarily current. I didn't just purchase them, so I don't always have links. And I apologize for that. If I have links, I will definitely leave them down below. But today we are testing out some new products, okay? We are trying on a few things that I picked up during the Sephora sale, and I am excited to put them to the test. We have a new foundation from Givenchy. It's the Prism Libre Skincare and Matte Foundation. I saw this pop up before the sale and I was like, all right, when this goes on sale, I'm buying it because I want to try this out. We're focusing mainly on skin today. I'm not doing an eyeshadow look, but we are getting into brows. So even though I'm skipping eyeshadow, we are focusing on brows because I have a few new brow products to test out. These are from Give by Gwen Stefani. I also have tons of cheek products to try out. So I grabbed the new Danessa Myricks Dewy Cheek and Lip Palettes. I have both of them. I also picked up a couple of new shades from Valentino. These are the Eye to Cheek Dual Use Blush and Shadow. So we're gonna test out a few new shades. I have a new moisturizer from Glow Recipe. I love the Glow Recipe skincare products. I picked up quite a few. I will share them in an upcoming haul. I'm also trying out one of the Huda Beauty Cheeky Tint Blush Sticks. So you'll see this in action. These recently launched as well, so we're gonna put these to the test. And I have a couple of new lip products from Makeup by Mario and also from Gucci. So you're going to see all these products in action. Oh, I also have this new mascara we're gonna try out. So if you wanna see me test out all these new products, doing a glowy, I would call this fresh skin look, then stay tuned and I will talk to you soon. Alright guys, so as usual, we're starting off with a clean, freshly washed face. I went in with a new moisturizer. This is from Glow Recipe. It is their Plump Hyaluronic Cream Moisturizer. I was so excited when I saw this because of the description. So it says that it is a hydrating, skin balancing whipped gel cream, and that sounded amazing to me. Gel creams, first of all, work great on my oily skin and whipped as well. Oh my god. So I went ahead and applied this all over my skin. This smells amazing. It has this fresh plum scent to it, a very natural plum too. It's not like a sweet candy scent, but it's a very light scent, so it's not overwhelmingly sweet or anything. It just smells refreshing, and I love Glow Recipe products for that. They have this fruity scent that's not artificial at all, and that feels so good. My skin definitely feels hydrated. It doesn't feel matte. I feel a little bit of tackiness left behind. So we're going to see how this settles into the skin so I can give you more feedback, but right now my skin looks so good. It looks really plump and hydrated, not gonna lie. I'm liking how it looks right now, but I have oily skin, so we're gonna have to gauge how it works under foundation. All right, so as I already mentioned, we're trying out some new brow products that just lured me in and I was interested. So this is one of the brands that I was kind of hesitant about, but I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and try them out. So this is from Refi. The packaging is very basic, it's very plain. There's literally nothing on this to indicate the name of the product. All it has is the brand logo. I mean, we're going for simplistic, I guess, but this is the Brow Sculpt Shape and Hold Gel, and it has been raved about, so I wanted to try it out. And here is the application one. It's a very long and thin spoolie, and then you can screw this back on and pop off the cap, and there you have like a brush and comb duo that you can use for laminating your brows. Now, I am not about the laminated brow look. I actually really hate it. To me, people have been taking it to the extreme and pasting their brows down, and it just looks weird. I don't like that look for me, but if you're into it, I mean, good for you. So I'm just gonna sweep this through my brows. I really hate that feathery look, guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So it's supposed to be like a hybrid between a brow wax and a brow gel. And again, you can use it to laminate the brows. So I'm just going to sweep my brows up. Now here's the thing, the way I sculpt my brows and trim them and tweeze them, I don't really have the shape that I see other people have, where they have hairs just going all over the place. My hairs are trimmed, so they won't go necessarily outside of the shape of my brows. So we're gonna just test this out. It is flaking. What is that? No. Okay, so let me try the comb side. So I'm supposed to just push these down, and it's supposed to stick to my skin. I mean, it's doing a little bit of stick. I mean, my finger is working better at getting that laminated effect. Like, look at this. My finger is pressing it down better than the little spoolie thing. When I go through it with the comb, it's just flaking. It's kind of lifting the product, so I'm just going to press with my finger. You see this wildness? I could never, like, I really don't like that look. But we're gonna try it out this time around. I'm just gonna go with it. As much as I wanna like sweep my hairs across, I'm just like, no, that looks crazy. I am not loving this. This side is doing much better at that sticking down thing, but the other side is kind of whatever. I don't love that, but it is what it is. All right, let's go in with some new brow pencils. So these are from Give by Gwen Stefani. Don't question me, okay? I went in store and I saw this one. This is the Most Def Instant Definition Sculpting Brow Pencil. Oh my God, people like how this feels? That can't be right. This feels so stiff. Oh no, I don't like, No. It feels like edge control for your brows, but it's like really tight. No, I don't like that. Anyway, I went in store, right? Look at this brow pencil shape. It looks like a little blade, and I was so curious. And I swiped it on my hand, and I was able to get really fine strokes. So I was like, I want to try that. And then we have the Hella On Point Ultra Fine Brow Pencil, which we're also going to test out. It's a very, very thin pencil, and I love an ultra fine brow pencil, so we're going to test this out as well. So I picked up one of the shades. Maybe we should zoom in again for you to see this. So this is shade number 7. We're gonna try to get the hair-like strokes that I got on the back of my hands. Now my only concern is, as you use this, it's going to dull down. So how do you retain the sharpness of the point? Because this right now gives really nice strokes through the brows. I like this a lot, and the formula is a stiffer formula, so it does pull through the brows really easy without like gliding and slipping. Ooh, yes, I like that. It's really nice. Okay, Give. I really don't like this Refi product, guys. It's flaking everywhere out of my brows. Ugh. And I guess it's because I probably put too much, but geez Louise. I mean, flakes everywhere. That is not gonna work for me. No. Honestly, I feel like I want to just remove this right now, so I'm going to wipe that out of my brows. It just, I don't like the feel of it. I don't like the texture, and I don't like that it's flaking. And I want to make sure I give the Gwen Stefani brow pencil enough of a chance without it having to compete with this Refi brow thing. All right, so let's try that again. I'm going to just sweep through my brows with the spoolie end of the pencil. And now let's try to do hair-like strokes through the start of my brow, which I feel like is, yeah, this pencil is doing a really good job of creating those fine hair-like strokes. Wonder if I do it down. Yeah, like that works. All right, let's try on this side as well. But I really feel like it did a pretty good job, and the color isn't too intense, so it's not overly pigmented. So it's giving me just a little bit of color so my brows don't look heavy. So now let's try the fine point pencil, and I'll just try to shape the tail end of my brow and a little bit on the top as well. Oh yeah. This pencil is gliding through pretty easily. And again, it's depositing enough product to outline the shape, but at the same time not giving me too much product. And it's not dragging, it's not too creamy. Oh yeah, she nice. Okay, okay. All right, so I finished up my brows and I think they look pretty good. Let me just make sure they're even. One of my brows is thicker than the other one, and I just have to step back and like, they don't have to be twins, but I mean, come on now, they need to be at least sisters. Jeez, they can't be distant cousins. I think that looks fine. All right, I also use some concealer under my brows to clean up the shape. This is from NARS. It's their Soft Matte Complete Coverage Concealer. And I went in with a MAC paint pot all over my lids. This is in the shade Contemplative State. I love this as just a simple wash of color on the lid. It evens out my lids and it matches my skin tone pretty closely, so I love this paint pot. So today, as I mentioned as well, we are focusing mainly on the skin. I don't really want to apply any eyeshadow, if I'm honest. My eyes get irritated very easily these days, and I'm still trying to figure out what's causing that. I don't think it's my eyeshadow primer because I usually apply this on its own all the time and my eyes don't get irritated. I also don't think it's the concealer or the paint pots that I typically use because they also don't irritate my eyes on their own. My mascaras have also not irritated my eyes if I just wear mascara. So it has to do with the eyeshadows, probably also with eyelashes, false eyelashes when I apply them. But I still haven't like narrowed it down to what's going on. But my eyes get very irritated, like red and swollen, and they feel very scratchy and irritated, and I have to use eye drops, and I don't feel like dealing with that. So that's why we're focusing on skin. Yeah, I just gave you a little background. But really and truly, I just want to try out a bunch of complexion products that I recently picked up during the Sephora sale. I am so excited to try out this new foundation from Givenchy. It's the Prism Libre Skincare and Matte Foundation. And I don't know if I've ever tried out a Givenchy foundation necessarily. Have I? I don't know. But if I have, it has been years. So this popped up on the site and I was like, I want to try that. Give it to me now. So this is a matte foundation with skincare ingredients. So I'm all about it. Let me read what it says here. So it says here, right? 24-hour matte finish, wear, correction, and blurring effect. All right. Prism Libre Skincare and Matte Fluid Foundation instantly corrects, unifies, and evens out the complexion with a luminous matte finish and weightless effect. Yas, give it to me. Enriched with a duo of pink clay and annatto extract powders, both known for their mattifying action, the skin's beauty and clarity are improved day after day. Tell me more, I'm interested. The complexion is mattified without shine all day long. Its water-resistant formula defies heat and perspiration for a natural matte result that lasts 24 hours. And this is an instrumental test conducted on 20 women, all right? The skin's pores are visibly tightened and its texture is refined over time while protecting the skin from external aggression. The foundation allows the skin to breathe and maintain its hydration, low transfer, and non-comedogenic. What? I am so interested, guys. Listen, the shade I picked up, is this the shade 6-N405? Let me see what it says on the Sephora websites, because that shade match don't even sound right. You don't need nobody. That's pretty much what this foundation is saying to me, because if that's what it is, I'm ready for it. Yeah, that's exactly the shade number. That's so odd. It's 6-N405, and it's recommended for tan to deep skin with neutral undertones, which is exactly why I picked it, because that's kind of the shade description that I gravitate towards. Has a pump packaging. It's a frosted glass bottle, 1 fluid ounce, 30 milliliters. All right, Givenchy, we gonna see. So, all right, let me get 2 pumps of that. All right, it's a thicker, creamy liquid foundation. It is not runny at all, as you can see, and it has a matte finish. All right, let me come in so you can see me. Hey, babe. So I'm using this new brush from, I know, okay, I just did a brush declutter and I told you guys to tell me not to buy another brush, but I saw this pop up and I wanted it, okay? So I'm getting it. Mind your business, I wanted it, okay? It's from Chikuhodo and it is the T13 Pom Pom Foundation brush. It's a rounded top and it's so cute. So we're gonna just buff her on, child. This is a goat hair brush. Instantly, this is very fragranced. It is the usual fragrance of luxury makeup, you know, like Chanel, Givenchy, Gucci, that kind of powdery, almost rose tinted scent. Yeah, rose tinted, but like that rosy scent. It's not bad. And I do like it. It reminds me of my aunt's beauty little stash that she had. I loved going into her bathroom because it just smelled like this. What is this little line under my eyes? Do you guys see that? What is that weirdness? Anyway, this looks like, okay, it's a little bit dark, but we're just gonna go with it. When I swatched it out initially, like, look at this. It's definitely a darker foundation, right? But it's coming closer to summer, so I should get a 10. And it looks fine blended out. It's just my neck. Yeah, I have to blend it down my neck so it doesn't look as like stark, so I don't see that line. I like how it's blending so far. And oh, the hairs on this brush. Child, why so many hairs coming out? You said you for cream and liquid. Why are you shedding? You shedding too much. Girl, don't do that. But this brush is very soft. Of course, you know, I'm not getting any more brushes, so don't remind me. I just wanted this specific one and it's a new launch, so I just wanted to pick it up. It looks fine so far. Like, I can definitely work with this shade. It's not too bad. And the coverage seems to be like a solid medium coverage. It isn't shearing out at all, but it's blending nicely and it's covering up some of my hyperpigmentation and it's definitely evening out my skin. It looks nice so far. I'm liking this finish. Okay, these hairs are going everywhere. I don't like this brush no more. Like, I'm so mad. It's my first time using it, so maybe that's why it's shedding so much, but the hairs are like, I feel like I have a pet. I don't have a pet. Let me get above my lip. I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation. Okay, this brush is really pissing me off. I wonder if you can see all the little hairs. Yeah, so they are coming out and that is not normal, okay? You can have a couple of hairs coming out of the brush, but it shouldn't be shedding like this. I am going to need to speak to the manager because no. Look at, you see that? This is a faulty brush, okay? Because it's still happening. This is not usual. I think they didn't pack this in tight enough. No. I spent way too much on this brush for it to be doing, you know what? I'm just gonna press on and then we'll see if I need to reach out to Fude Beauty about this because it shouldn't be shedding as much as it is. This foundation is extremely dark. It is dark, but I do like the finish of it. We'll try to lighten it up a little bit with concealer and everything. But I'm liking the finish and the coverage. Look at this. It's a pretty finish, but I don't think it's necessarily blurring anything. Do you see any blurring? My pores are still, like, they're still there, okay? There's no blurring really happening. But I like the finish so far, and it feels pretty nice on the skin too. It doesn't feel heavy at all. All right, let's go in with concealer. I don't want nobody. Listen, okay, these hairs are really aggravating me. All right, let's just use our Tarte Concealer. This concealer is my skin tone, and looking at it against this foundation, you can see the foundation is definitely dark, but Let's just tap that out and blend it in. Hopefully it will lift and brighten the foundation. I just love this Tarte concealer. Look how it blends out. Like, come on, guys. Let me use this sponge here. Even though I didn't dampen it, I really should have, but let me just tap it out. You can still use your sponge dry. It's just going to be much more bouncy when you use it damp for sure. But if you don't have time, you can still use it like I'm using it now, dry. This is a BK Beauty sponge. They sent this my way along with like their travel brush set. I like the travel brush set enough because it has like shorter handled brushes, and they have my favorite brush included, the BK 101. So I'll use it for travel here or there along with other brushes, but yeah, I'm happy that they sent that my way, and the sponge is actually pretty decent as well. So let's just blend it out. I really like this concealer for sure. Now that I have the concealer on and I'm looking at my skin, okay, she is pretty. This is a pretty foundation. I feel like the shade is still a little bit too dark. I wonder if they have another shade that might be better. Let me check. All right, I think I figured out their shade numbering system. So the 6 is kind of the depth. So they have 1 through 6. And then the N in this, the letter, they have N or they have W or C. That represents the undertone. So I need a neutral undertone. And then the 405 is just the depth of the shade, I guess, because it goes from 80 up to 490. So maybe I should go with a 5. But they have, oh yeah, they have 5 and 390, which is the shade down. Should I go with that one? I feel like I should. I'm going to add that and order it. Ooh. I'm telling you right now, the same day delivery service for Rouge members on the Sephora app is very, very dangerous, because I have been ordering things for same day delivery non-stop. The minute I see a product and I'm like, oh my God, I want that, I'm like ordering it. That's not good for me. So I'm gonna order that shade, add to my basket. Yeah, I definitely am liking this foundation. So I'll just have to swap out the shades because yeah, this is definitely way too deep. Let me powder a bit with my Kosas powder. This will, oh no, I have another powder. Hold on. Ah, yes, and this is a translucent powder. This is from Say. I already have the medium shade to this powder, and I decided to go ahead and order the translucent because I like the powder so much. So I wanted to see if maybe the translucent shade would work under my eyes, even though I have like a couple of translucent powders that I really like as well. But this is the Airset Radiant Loose Setting Powder. Here's the thing though, I kind of swatched this out and I realized that it has micro shimmer to it. Now it's not glitter, it's not chunky, it's not shimmery, but there is some fine micro shimmer. So I'm going to use this over this foundation to see if it's going to be too good. No, you kind of see the shimmer up close, but it's not evident in the powder and you can't tell that it's shimmery, but I feel like as the sun hits it, it's going to give a little bit of a glow. This is the travel brush that I was talking about from BK Beauty. So you see it's the same 101, it's just with a short handle, and I love this brush. The powder, okay, it's not ashy at all, that's good. And I really like it, but I just want to see if this shimmer is going to be crazy because I've tried shimmery powders or radiant powders before and they have that little micro shimmer to them that ends up looking too glowy on my skin. It doesn't translate well. So I was wondering what this would look like, but this looks so good. Stop! Yeah, it's good. Like you don't see any shine or sheen on my skin. It just looks beautiful. Okay, be careful with how you close it though, because I think I'm gonna end up doing the same thing that I did to the other one. All right, just make sure you line it up properly before you close it, because you can break the cap, which is what I did, okay? But I just glued it back together. Like, look at this. I don't know if you can tell. Like, it looks very pretty. You don't see any discernible shine on my skin. Okay. I like like it so much. Ooh, it's pretty. Okay, bronzer. Now I didn't get a bronzer per se, but I got a new shade of my Valentino Eye to Cheek blush. This is shade 11, which is a dark brown with like a purpley hue to it. I don't know if you can see, it has a little bit of sheen to it as well. And this is definitely too rich for my skin tone. It looks a little bit bruisey, but what I wanted to try to do with it is, just bear with me, all right? I want to do a little bit of like a contour blush. This is another BK Beauty brush that they sent my way. This is from the Angie Hot and Flashy set, and this is A507. So I got a little bit on the angle part, and I'm just going to pop that right at the hollow of my cheek, but not going too far in. I'm keeping it concentrated right here. Ooh, so you can do this with a contour shade or a bronzer, but I figured let me try it out with this blush because I obviously can't use it as a blush because it's going to look too bruisey, and I can't use it as a bronzer either because it has that purple hue to it. But I said, you know what I can do? I can do like a layered blush where I go from this darker contour looking shade and then use a lighter shade as my blush color and then do a topper. And I think that's working out pretty well. I was wondering if I needed to return this color or keep it, but I love the formulation so much that I wanted to see if this would work. And it low-key kind of does. It doesn't, it looks a little bit bruisey, but it also looks like it could just be shadowing, I think. You tell me if it looks crazy. If it looks crazy, I'm sorry about it, but I think that works a little bit. All right, now blush. I have a few blush products to try out. I have these new ones from Huda Beauty. They are the Cheeky Tint Blush Sticks. I have Coral Cutie and Rebel Red. They're really cute, but the packaging feels very lightweight and cheap, not gonna lie. And then I have these palettes from Danessa Myricks. These are the Dewy Cheek and Lip palettes. Low-key, these are very sticky, and I kind of knew that going in. That's why I waited so long to get them. But I am still gonna try this one out. This is the Do It Undercover, which has the brownie tones, and I don't know, like, it's so sticky. I'm going to try this brown shade. This is Nuditude. It's a very stiff formulation too. It's really tacky. I'm just going to apply a little bit of that to my hairline as a bronzer tone. It's a good color. You'll see that it's not too deep. It can give me a little bit of color. And it's definitely dewy. That's what I don't like about it. It feels a little bit sticky. But, I mean, it works as a bronzer. That's cool. That's fine. I'm not going to do any more. Like, I'm just like, don't do no more. And for the cheeks, let's use Rebel Red from Huda Beauty. So, I don't normally like to apply these blush sticks directly to my cheeks, but I'll do that for this one because it's a lighter weight formula and I feel like it won't lift the product that I have down already, and I'll just blend that out with my usual blur and foundation brush from Smashbox. That is a cute color, and this formulation, like I said, is more on the thin side, so it blends out really quickly. Like, look how quickly that blended out, and it's really pretty. Oh yeah, and let me bring a little bit of that to the apples of my cheeks. So I need to start bringing my blush a little bit further in and keeping my contour out here. I think that is just a better look on my skin. But that's so pretty, right? It's really cute. Should I still try to go in with a little of the Danessa Myricks one? It's so sticky though, but I want to give it a chance. Let's use a little bit of the pink shade XOXO from the Do It Flirty set. I'll just grab a little bit of it and pounce it right on the apples of my cheeks. They're very pretty, don't get me wrong. They look very pretty, and I think this would be an excellent formula for dry skin. But because I have oily skin, I'm just like, I don't want it. But I'm gonna just, you know what? Let's apply it over like the full face and see what happens. You can see it's very glowy, right? Definitely a very glowy product. I'll allow that to sit on my skin for a bit while we go in with a new mascara. I picked this one up from Cali Ray. Another brand that I'm like, I don't care about, I don't want anything from it, but I've heard people rave about the mascara, so I said, you know what, let me try it out. So this is Come Hell or High Water Mascara, clean mascara. So let's zoom in and try her out. I have been trying out different mascaras here or there. I might do a makeup matchup with some of my newer mascaras to show you how they match up against each other. If you guys haven't seen my first episode in makeup matchup, I will link it over here so you can check it out. This mascara is applying pretty nicely. Okay, now it's gliding through. The formulation is gliding through. The brush is a simple brush. There's nothing extra about it, but it feels very comfortable on my lashes. And again, I don't have troublesome struggle lashes, so they're fine. They curl on their own and they have pretty decent length. What I look for mainly is volume, and I want to make sure that my lashes don't clump. And it's kind of clumping over here, so you'll see like a couple of the lashes are clumping together, like forming clusters, and it's not really separating. Let me see. It separates a little bit as if I wiggle it, but yeah, it's definitely giving me more of a piecey look to my lashes. So I can already tell you I don't love this compared to my other mascaras as well, like the MAC one, the Macstack. Ah, stop. The Macstack is amazing. If you haven't seen my video for that mascara, you have to check it out and tell me what you think. But this one, I mean, it's okay. It's applying fine, but I feel like it's not giving me the separation and fullness. It's just, it's an okay mascara. Okay. Not like overly impressed, so let me use my other mascara and do some separation, and I'll be right back. Y'all, my Macstack had to come in the clutch and save the day. Like, look at my lashes now, okay? I mean, it's still a little bit clumpy from the Cali Ray mascara, but I wanted to show you guys an up close of the transfer that I got from the mascara. Like, look at that. That is bad. No other mascara has really done that to me, but I think because it's a tube-in mascara, like once it touches my skin, whoo, no. And look at my cheeks, how glowy they are. I don't know that that's a bad thing. For me, I don't prefer this much glow on my cheeks, but wait, look at that shine. Listen, okay, with oily skin, I tend to wear matte foundations. So if I wear a matte foundation and then a dewy cheek product like this, it looks very obvious that my cheeks are shining. You know what I mean? If I had like a dewy foundation on or a more glowy foundation and then had the cheeks glowing, it would kind of blend together. But right now it just looks like glow matte, you know? So it looks a little bit off. But I'm hungry as hell, so my food was just delivered. I am going to go ahead and eat. So I'll allow everything to sit on my face for a little bit. Let's see how easily this little smudgy smudge removes. Okay, that is not looking so good so far, but look at my lashes from the Macstack. If you haven't bought this mascara yet, I know it kind of sold out, but girl, get your hands on it. Stop playing. Stop playing yourself. It's pricey, but she is worth it. And you know, before I go, let me grab the blush again. This is the Valentino blush that we used for the contour. Let's do a little bit of... yeah, let's do a little bit of contouring in the eye socket because these are eye to cheek, so you can use them on your eyes as well as your cheeks. So, yes, and they have a little instruction thing on the back of the box. So you see how it says wear from eye to cheek and they give you how to wear it? That's hilarious, right? But we're taking their advice and buffing a little bit of that on the eye area just to give a little bit of dimension. We already have the paint pot down, but because that mascara kind of smudged, I'm like, all right, fine, we'll just create a little depth in my socket. And this formula translates so well as a eyeshadow product. Oh my god, they got this so right. These Valentino blushes, guys, listen, if I don't use this shade particularly as a blush, I can still use it. Okay, Plain, go ahead, thank you. But if you don't use it as a cheek product, it can still come in handy for the eyes. And I love this color. It's a plummy brown, like I said, but it's working really good to give me, look at, girl, we not returning you, we'll keep you. And I think the little contour that we did with it was cute too. We're gonna keep you, girl. I'm loving them. You need to check these products out as well. I think they're definitely worth picking up at least one shade just to see if you like it as much as I do. I want to keep going. I don't want to do too much, but let me just bring it down a little bit more out here. Okay, all right, I'm done. I'm gonna stop because if I keep going, I'm gonna do like an eyeshadow look, and that's not what I want to do. I just want to, you know, give me a little thing, a little zhuzh. Yeah, that's sufficient. Look how simple this look is. Oh my god. So we're gonna go ahead and let this sit on my face while I eat. I'm also going to just relax and watch some TV. So it will be a couple of hours for me, but only a quick second for you guys. So I will be right back. All right, so we are back and it's been a couple of hours. I just watched 2 episodes of The Ultimatum on Netflix. It was teased during the Love is Blind reunion special, so yeah, it finally debuted and I'm like, let me get into it because I love the mess of a good dating reality show. So here is the look so far. And I've warmed up to this glowy cheek situation because the rest of my skin has warmed up a little bit as well. So I'm looking less matte all around, a little bit more glowy, a little bit more lived in, but I still feel like this glowy of a cheek would not be my ideal situation. So what I'm going to do is go over it with my dry sponge, and this is something that I do from time to time. When I have glowy products like this, I will just go over it with a sponge or even a napkin just to absorb some of that glowiness, and it definitely helped. And like I said, my face isn't as matte anymore, so now I think it looks a little better. And I low-key, as much as I'm telling you I don't like glow, I want to go in with another one of the Valentino eye to cheek products. This one is more of a highlighter shade, and you may look at this and think it's like a yellow gold, but when I swatched it out, it ends up being more like a glowy tan shade, and it's stunning. So I'm just going to apply this kind of like a highlighter on top of that blush. Another Plain, go ahead. No, have your time, it's fine. But yeah, this blush is more on the glowy side, but it's not a stark gold as you would expect. It actually is more of a tan, and I am telling you right now that you need to get into these blushes from Valentino. They're so good. If you like a subtle look on the cheeks, like, it's a pretty tan glow. I am loving this, okay? All right, lips. I was going to try one of these shades from the Danessa Myricks palette on my lips, but I don't want to anymore. I want to do something else. So I also have a couple of liquid lipsticks, well, a lot of liquid lipsticks from Gucci. These recently launched and I picked them up since, you know, we have that 20% off going on. I don't know that I like this formula, but let's try out one of the shades for real, for real. I kind of swatched them out, tried one on my lip, and I didn't like how it felt and how it looked, but I want to try it in like a full face. So this shade is They Met in Argentina. Maybe we can just test it out and see how it goes. The applicator for these liquid lipsticks look really cheap and flimsy. Every other liquid lipstick on the market has something similar to that, but other brands have been trying to do something a little bit different, but Gucci just went for the cheap, and I don't know that it feels as expensive as it is. These liquid lipsticks are like $42 a pop. It smells heavily of that floral powdery fragrance as well that Gucci is known for. And this is literally just a wash of color. It's very sheer. And this is not this is not what I would expect from a liquid lipstick. Let's see if it layers up. You know what? Let me just keep going. It is still not layering up. It's not giving me any opacity. It is definitely like a sheer wash of color. Now, did I really spend $42 for this? It's pretty, right? But what is this? It's like a blurred, muted lip color that's not really a liquid lipstick. So what is this supposed to be? I do not like it. I am so upset that I spent my money on these. They're going back because I picked up a lot because I already love my Gucci matte lipstick. So I was like, oh yeah, Gucci's coming out with a liquid lipstick. This is gonna be awesome. I'm trying to figure out like who this would be for. This is for somebody who likes a blotted lip look. It's very comfortable, very lightweight. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing any lipstick at all. And for a liquid lipstick, that's actually a pretty decent feeling to have. But I literally don't feel like I needed to spend $42 for this. That's just how I'm feeling. You may feel different. Maybe you're looking for this kind of muted, blotted lip look. But for $42 though? Yeah, I'm not feeling this. Instead, let me grab one of the Makeup by Mario Cozy, what are these? Ultra Suede Cozy Lip Cream. The shade I'm applying is Naked Spice, which is like a muted terracotta nude. And this is giving me a similar vibe to the Gucci, but with more color payoff. So even though it still looks like a muted nude, it's given me a lot more color payoff, and it feels as lightweight. Well, not as lightweight, but it still feels lightweight. The Gucci is very lightweight. It didn't feel like anything. This is also pretty lightweight, but it's given me a little bit more opacity, a little bit more density. Like, look at that color now. Do you see what I mean? To me, this still accomplishes that lightweight kind of blotted lip look, but I have more pizzazz to it, like a little bit more oomph. A little bit more color payoff, and this is cheaper. So I'ma just go with Makeup by Mario. This is definitely it. This formulation is very comfortable. I'm going in with one of the Ultra Suede Sculpting lip pencils as well. This is the shade Chris. And I'll just use this lip pencil to outline the edges of my lips. And I think Chris is a perfect shade to go with this lip color because it's not too deep, it's not too dark. It's just giving me enough definition on the outer perimeter. That is beautiful. This is such a stunning lip right now. I am loving it. And honestly, I could just rock this lip as an all matte lip, but I want to use a little bit of gloss. This is from Patrick Ta. It is one of the major volume plumping lip glosses, and the shade I have is Superficial, which is a nudie tone. It has a little bit of shimmer to it. It's not a lot though. It just looks like it has a little sheen, but it's not glittery at all. And I'll just apply that to my finger and tap it on the center of my lips. That way I avoid contaminating the lip gloss tube with any of the lip color that I'm currently wearing. And I think that is such a beautiful look. It's stunning. I love these lip glosses. They smell good. I can't get over them. So it's like every time I do a look, I want to wear one of those lip glosses. But here you have it. Here is the final look. And I think I am in love. It's very simple. It's very subtle, but it's impactful at the same time. It's given me like summer fresh. Are you vibing with me? Because I'm definitely digging this look. Let's talk about the products that we used. The foundation. I like this foundation. I like the finish of it. I like how it's wearing so far, but I still think it's a little bit too deep for my complexion. Right now, it isn't as obvious after I applied the other products and everything has kind of had time to settle into my skin. But I'm still going to test out the lighter shade that I ordered because I just don't love... Yeah, it looks deeper now that I step back a little bit. I can see that it looks deeper. So definitely need a lighter shade of that product. As for the Valentino blushes, the Eye to Cheek, get your hands on one of these, okay? Just one shade. Don't go overboard. It's not that big a deal, but get one of these, okay? Get a shade that you would get a ton of use out of and you'll get your value for money that way. but I am so in love. Even with the deeper shade, when I initially got this and swatched it, I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do with this shade? Because it can translate as a bruise on my skin tone because it has that darker purpley undertone. But I was able to use it in a way, like I was experimenting, okay, and it worked out well. I can use it as a little bit of a contour blush situation, and I can also use it on my eyes, and I really love how this applied blended out. It just works well, and I'm going to hold on to this shade even though it's not necessarily a cheek shade for me. The other shades that I've picked up from Valentino, I have not been disappointed, not once. Even the glowy shade that we used for a highlighter, this is going to be one of my go-to highlighter shades now because it's like a nudie tan shade with a little hint of a golden sheen, but not too intense where it's glittery or chunky or anything. It's just giving me a glow that I can deal with. Like, this glow is for me, okay? The Danessa Myricks palettes, I don't know, okay? I just don't know. These are kind of sticky, they're very emollient, they're kind of stiff in the pen, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I feel like these are better suited for someone with normal or dry skin because of how glowy and dewy they look on the skin. You saw how dewy they looked on my cheeks, child. It was a lot. It was quite a lot. And the Huda Beauty sticks are also pretty glowy, so would the Danessa Myricks palettes be my go-to? No, which is why I stayed away from them for so long. When I saw these demoed on Danessa's Instagram, I was like, yeah, that is very glowy. She applied the Yummy foundation plus these glowy products, and it was just a lot of glow going on. And I'm like, that's not my preference for a look, so I'm not too thrilled about these personally, but I can see other people enjoying these, especially if you like that glowy, dewy, very moist cheek look, or if you have dry skin and you're looking for a hydrating cheek product. These may be right up your alley, and they double as lip colors as well. I didn't try them out that way, and I like them, but I'm not in love with them. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going for that look, maybe I'll reach for them, but right now, it's not my preferred type of product. As far as the Say powder, I already love the medium shade, right? So I wanted to try out the translucent to see if it was any different, if I could use it for a brightening, lifting effect, and if I could use it under the eyes. And it's definitely amazing. I really, really do like this. For the mascara, the Cali Ray mascara, I don't like this one, but you can skip this. Oh my god, it fell. It literally just jumped out of my hands and tried to escape because I was talking badly about it, but I don't like it. It transferred to my lid. It didn't do anything spectacular. I'm just not like impressed at all. I thought this was going to do a lot better. It started to clump my lashes together, and thank god I have my Macstack mascara to save the day because this is not it. I don't like this at all. Did I mention the Huda Beauty Cheek Pop things? These are their Cheeky Tint Blush Sticks. These feel very lightweight and cheap in the hands, but I do like the colors. Like this shade, the Rebel Red, was really cute, and then I have Coral Cutie as well. These are nice. I'll play around with them a little bit more. I don't know how long lasting they are though, especially on oily skin, because I feel like a little bit of the color has faded away. But mind you, I did use the Danessa Myricks product as well as the Valentino on top. That may have covered it a little bit. These are glowy as well, so maybe not my ideal formulation, but these are cute. They feel very lightweight, they're very blendable, and they retain the colors. So I like those enough. I just have to test them out a little bit more. What else did we try out? The lip products from Makeup by Mario. I love these little ultra suede cozy lip creams. These are great. And the lip pencils, I can't say enough great things about these. These are the ultra suede Sculpting lip pencils. Absolutely amazing. Try those out for sure. And then the Plump lip gloss from Patrick Ta. I am so in love with these. I can't say enough great things. This is my third shade. I have the pink one, which is 2 cc's, and the clear one, which is Looks Natural. And honestly, you don't need to pick up multiple shades of these because the tint that they have is very, very slight. You can't tell the difference, okay? They all look clear on the lips. You may see a little bit of color, but it's not significant enough for you to be able to tell a difference once they're applied to the lips. but I love these. They're very comfortable, and even though there's a slight tingle to them because they're meant to be lip plumping, it's very slight. It's not painful at all. They use cinnamon for that tingling effect, and the smell is so good. It smells so delicious. It smells like bubble tape. You know, pink bubble tape? That's what it smells like. It's so yummy. I always want to be wearing one just because it smells so good. And then the moisturizer, we didn't speak about this yet. This is the Glow Recipe Plum Hyaluronic Cream. I like this. It was very comfortable on the skin. It's wearing well under this foundation, and my skin feels very comfortable right now. And I love that it absorbed so quickly while leaving my skin looking very hydrated. So I'm liking this, and I love the smell as well. And it's definitely like a whipped gel cream. It's lightweight, it feels very airy as well, and it doesn't feel like a moisturizing cream. It feels like a gel moisturizer, which has that watery, lightweight feel to it. I am really loving this as well. What else did we try out? Oh yeah, the brush. This was awful. Oh my god, I'm so disappointed, and it's still shedding. Like, little hairs are still coming out. I'm so disappointed in this. I am going to need to contact them and be like, listen, this is making no sense. Why is it shedding so much? Like, I'm literally able to pull hairs directly out of the brush. Like, it keeps going. This is completely ridiculous, okay? I am over it. I'm so mad. I already love the Tarte Concealer, so I don't have to mention that. Oh, the brow products that we started out with. I do not like the Refi thingamajig. It was flaking everywhere. I had to remove it. No, what is it? Am I doing it wrong? I'm probably gonna have to test this out some more because this was bad. Oh my god. But the brow pencils from Give, oh my god, I am really liking these. I prefer the Hella On Point one because it's ultra thin. I love the color, and I'm loving the formulation. This is definitely giving my Benefit brow pencil a run for its money because I love how it applied. So we're gonna keep using this. I'm very excited. And I also like this Instant Definition Sculpting brow pencil. It's different. I like the shape of this. And I like that it was able to give me hair-like strokes at the start of my brow without being complicated. It was just easy and simple to use, so I really like these. And then last and definitely least is the Gucci Liquid Lipstick. I had high hopes for these guys because I love my Gucci matte lipsticks. These just didn't give it to me. I can see people liking the formulation though because it feels very comfortable and lightweight on the lips, like nothing is on your lips at all. But it also looks like nothing is on your lips at all. So what's the trade-off here? You know what I mean? It's comfortable. Yeah, it looks like nothing on the lips. It maybe looks like your lips but better. But am I spending $42 to get that look? Like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? So I don't like these, and I am very disappointed to say the least. So that's it. Those are all the products that I used in this video, and I will keep testing out the products that I picked up recently during the Sephora sale and share my thoughts. And once I get my new shade in the Givenchy, I will give you guys an update. But yeah, I found some gems, some products that I definitely love, and some duds and products that may not work for me but may work for you depending on your preferences. Have you tried out any of these products that I tested out today? Are you interested? Are you curious? Do you want to try them out? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will leave a full list of all the products mentioned and used in this video down below in the description box, along with links on where you can pick them up. If there is an asterisk next to any of those links, that means that it is an affiliate link, which means I will get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. It is a great way to show your support for the channel, especially if you're shopping the sale. So if you want to go ahead and show your support, just click through my links. I do get a small kickback, which I can then put right back into the content. So I truly appreciate you using my links. Thank you so much for the support. But if you're not comfortable with that, just shop the way you normally shop. No muss, no fuss. I'm still happy you're here watching. And I will also leave links to my Instagram and Twitter where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye guys.